Hi guys, Tory Minister Michelle Donelan appeared on The Breakfast Show where she was asked about Rishi Sunak's new policy to stop the boats. According to reports, the Tory government would ban anyone making an asylum claim if they arrived via so-called illegal routes. Of course, this makes no sense, and Michelle here struggled to explain and defend it. The policy is of course an attempt to distract from other failings under the Tories, or there is the belief that they can weaponise the issue of immigration to win like they did in the Brexit referendum. Have a listen to this car crash.
Forgive me, I'm struggling to hear the answer to this question. What is the legal route if you are Iranian, fearing persecution and want to come to this country?
I'm not going to get into the specifics of country X to country here. What I've said is there are some safe routes available. We've taken 480,000 people
how does somebody who desperately needs help answer it?
And we're opening up. Well, look, I think that is grossly unfair. I'm not the immigration minister. As you know, I'm the Science, Technology and Innovation Secretary of State. And that isn't the point here. The point is that we are tackling illegal immigration. We are going to open up.
Okay, so how can you support a policy you don't understand? You clearly don't understand the policy, but you're defending it. And you believe it's a good policy, but you don't understand it. Like, her response was, well, don't ask me specific questions because I can't answer these questions because I'm not the relevant minister. But how can you defend a policy you don't understand? It's a simple question. What are these safe routes? You should know them if you're defending the policy, but you don't. So how can you defend a policy? How can you support something and defend it if you don't understand it? This is the problem here. She doesn't have a functioning brain, perhaps, because she takes her marching orders from the government. The government go out and tell her, go out there and defend this policy. I don't understand the policy. Doesn't matter. Go out and defend it. It's ridiculous. Like, somebody worth their salt would say, look, I don't know how this policy works, so I'm not going to be able to answer your questions. That would be honest. But she's not honest. She doesn't understand it, but she's going to defend it anyway. Completely ridiculous.
Other safe routes, as I've said various times on this show today. But we do need to tackle illegal immigration. You know, those boats are not filled with people coming from countries that desperately need help. And many times they're filled with people that are actually economic migrants.
Okay, apart from, wouldn't it be great to have some economic migrants to actually do the jobs that are that need filling? But you notice here she said that most, so not all. So if there are people who are making an asylum claim, so what Rishi Sunak's policy would be to cut off people, those who are not the most, the minority in those boats that they claim are legitimate. But then they're no longer legitimate because you are closing off the route. You're making it automatic that they are rejected. Now, I don't think this policy will actually fly. I think it's illegal internationally. It's not going to hold any water. But it's an attempt just, of course, to keep racists and bigots on board.
And also been exploited by criminal gangs who take their money on a very perilous journey. That's something that we've got to stop. We've got to get a grip of. And that's what we're doing this week.
So you don't know?
I didn't say I don't know. I said there are a variety of different routes. I'm not here as an immigration lawyer to go through. Look, I think, you know, I'm not here as an immigration lawyer to go through specific case by case.
You have to explain. If you don't understand the policy, say I don't understand the policy, and then the interview is over. But you're here defending a policy you don't understand. How can you do that?
Processes that an individual could follow. What I'm telling you is what the government is doing this week in terms of legislation.
And there we have it. I'm here to defend the government's position. I don't understand the government's position, but I'm here to defend it. Why? Well, because I'm a member of the government. Like, if you are going to defend something, surely you should have a reasonable understanding of it. This, as I said before, I believe is just an attempt to distract the public. There are a lot of problems going on at the moment. Throw in immigration, it will distract the public. Or maybe they're focusing on the next election. 30p Lee Anderson was talking about focusing on the culture wars, immigration, of course. We need to focus on that because that will help us with the racists and bigots who we need to come out and vote for us. Like in 2016, that we can weaponize this issue. But I don't think it's going to work this time because people are concerned about the cost of living. People are worried about education, the NHS. These are the real bread and butter issues that concern most voters. But the Tories know that they can't win on those topics, can't win in those areas, so instead they're going to their old reliable immigration. Weaponize this hatred towards refugees, to asylum seekers, and perhaps that will get us over the line. And send out government ministers who have zero understanding of the policy, but will defend it anyway. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.